Hannah Brown shares a powerful new video about her struggles with body image issues. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. Before we get into what Hannah shared on her YouTube channel, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring, and I'm joined by the incredible Mariah Davis. Mariah, I know we were both so moved by this video. I cannot wait to just dive right in. If you haven't watched, Hannah uploaded a new extremely candid video to her YouTube channel where she shares with fans her struggles over the years with body image and disordered eating. She opened up about the pressures she's put on herself from a very young age, revealing that she used to look through limited to catalogs, so way back when, as a preteen and compare herself to the models she saw on the pages.
I remember looking through limited to magazines. I was such a limited to girl. I remember my very first fashion show. I was in a limited to fashion show at my local mall. Looking in the limited to magazines young and comparing myself to the girls in that and thinking I had a really round face like I still do now and huge dimples. So everybody would always comment on my little chubby face.
The reality star also shared that she's always hated her legs and detailed that she struggled with not having a thigh gap after girls in her dance class made a comment about what perfect legs should look like. Mariah, I literally hate reading this because she's so gorgeous, she's so beautiful, and it breaks my heart that anyone goes through anything like this. But ultimately, it's so brave of her to share her story. And I feel like so many women, young girls out there can relate to this and can think back on memories that are very similar.
Yeah, we all can relate to having body image issues. Every single one of us. Even the women that we look at and we're like, wow, she's got a perfect body. Even she's going to be unsatisfied with what she looks like. She's going to be insecure about certain things. And let me just say, Hannah Brown, if you're listening, I never in my 25 years had a thigh gap. Never. I feel like the base of Hannah's message is body positivity. It took her a while to finally accept who she is and to just be happy with her body, the way that it comes, and all its beautiful forms. And that's the ultimate message. We got to tell ourselves that every time we're feeling insecure, you know what? This body has put me through a global pandemic and I am still kicking and I am
Yeah.
beautiful the way that I am. So thank you, Hannah Brown, for speaking the gospel.
Yes, absolutely. She really offered some incredible advice and got super candid with fans about the journey it's taken, her to get to where she is. It's not always easy. She specifically talked about how her relationship with food took an unhealthy turn in her teen years, which I have to say, this is not something that shocked me. I know so many people who experienced literally to the T something very, very similar. And I just can't say enough how wonderful I think it is that she is sharing this on her platform. She recalled her peers telling her as a teenager that she was pretty, but was a little curvy or thick, and talked about how deeply it hurt her feelings because, of course, no one should be talking to anyone that way. She said, quote, "If only they knew how much that hurt me because I struggled with it so much." She went on to say that her body image issues reached a peak when she entered the pageant world, adding that she went on an extreme diet after a close friend told her she should only eat and drink liquids to lose weight. I have to say, extreme dieting and the dangers and the long term effects and the way it can mess with you psychologically and your health in general is something that I'm really passionate about. And to hear her sort of put out this PSA, to women out there who may be getting some bad advice on a fad diet, I was just so impressed with the way she, eloquently explained the dangers of that.
Yeah, I've got to say, anytime I've gotten or even considered doing a bad diet, something that wasn't healthy, it's because I heard it from another girl who was talking about it. I read it online by an unknown source. These are
Mm-hmm.
dangerous extreme diets that have no educational background to support what it's saying. The best way to go about things is to work with a personal trainer, someone who knows what they're talking about. They know the type of nutrition you should be taking in. They know the type of exercise you should be taking in that works for your body, because not everyone comes the same way. So I think it's so important to shed light on the fact that just because you hear something, if you do an all liquid diet, or if you only eat once a day and it's before you go to bed, or whatever crazy thing you hear, it's not ever going to produce the results you want. You may lose a lot of weight really quickly, but the moment you actually start to eat food, I mean, your body's just going to be like, let me hang on to this just in case this girl decides to do this to me again. So, coming from someone who is also in the pageantry world, I understand what she went through. I didn't myself go through that, which, yeah, I feel fortunate that that wasn't my experience, but everyone's different. So
Mhm.
many women do, because we put this pressure on ourselves that we have to be perfect. And that's never the requirement. We just have to feel good about ourselves and be confident with who we are. That's the goal. The goal isn't to represent some bogus societal standard of beauty.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could not have put it better myself. And exactly how you were talking about, those pressures to be perfect, Hannah explained how that kind of led her to struggle with anxiety and depression.
I was just so scared of gaining the weight. I definitely think I struggled with an eating disorder, or I had disordered eating, that is for sure.
She also opened up about her time on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, where she said being around all those beautiful women that are so small was hard for her. And then she also commented on, her time competing on Dancing with the Stars and how that reinforced some of those negative feelings about her weight, adding, quote, "It's hard when you're always around other beautiful professional women that dance. It was so hard on myself." So these are things that she struggled with her whole life. And then, being thrust into the public eye on different reality television shows obviously made that even more difficult. But you guys, let's focus on the positive, because nowadays, Hannah said she's focused on loving herself and her body as she should. She said she's hopeful that sharing her story with her own body image issues will help others dealing with the same, as she attempts to be, quote, "a more authentic and real version of herself." She explained, "I needed to dig deep emotionally in who I want to be."
Thank goodness I've grown and changed, and so has my body. And so I am on the journey with you, and I still stumble, but I think that's what we all need.
I have to say, I am just so unbelievably happy for her, and I'm so inspired by her courage. And I don't have a shadow of a doubt that this is going to help some other women out there.
Oh, yeah. I just think that if more women who were kind of in the public eye that others were inspired by or looked up to were forthcoming about what they've gone through as far as body image, because the honest truth is nobody just wakes up and they're just perfect and they don't have to put in any effort and they always feel super good about themselves. It just doesn't exist, because that's not how humans function, which is fine. So I love that she is being open and honest with people, even as someone who, during Dancing with the Stars, I mean, we're all watching her and we're like, wow, go Hannah. Like, your life has really taken off. We're seeing you really reach these great levels of success. But really, she was still struggling a lot behind the curtain. So I love to see when people just come out about what they're going through, because we all go through very similar things. So that's something, it's easier said than done to say, I'm just going to feel good about my body because this is what I look like and I set my own standard of beauty. But, she touches on how she grew and she needed to dig deep. And that's what it really takes, is hearing more stories like this. Well, if she can go through this and now she feels good about her body, my body kind of looks a lot like hers. So it's just inspirational all around. And we love to hear it.
Absolutely. Everyone's got a journey. Everyone's journey, you got to move at your own pace, but her story is definitely inspirational. I'm so happy to hear, through all the ups and downs, she's loving where she is right now. And I really do think that this may have inspired some people out there. So, you guys, if you were inspired by Hannah's story, if you were moved by what she had to say, let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Drop some positivity. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring. I was joined by the wonderful Mariah Davis. If you want to come say hi, our social handles are on the screen right now. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.